The diplomatic off-ramp doesn't exist anymore. In January 2026, the United States didn't just move an aircraft carrier. They moved an entire war philosophy. For 2 decades, the Pentagon's plan for Iran was containment. But after the mining of the Strait and the hypersonic ultimatum from Tehran, containment is mathematically impossible. Washington was faced with a binary choice: accept a blockade of 20% of the world's oil, or initiate Operation Sentinel Breaker. The tactical problem is the A2/AD bubble, anti-access/area denial. Iran has spent 20 years building a porcupine strategy. Thousands of sea mines, coastal cruise missiles, and the new Fatah II hypersonic glide vehicles. If a US carrier strike group sails into the Persian Gulf, it enters a kill box where it has 30 seconds to react to incoming fire. The old playbook, sailing in and launching sorties, is suicide. If this operation fails, the US Navy loses a $13 billion supercarrier, and global maritime dominance ends overnight. If it succeeds, Iran's military infrastructure is erased without a single boot touching the ground. The US isn't sending an invasion force. They are sending a kill web. The new doctrine is called DMO, Distributed Maritime Operations. In 2003, the Navy clustered around the carrier like a bodyguard detail. In 2026, they scatter. The goal is to turn the target into a ghost. By spreading out the Arleigh Burke destroyers and F-35s over 500 miles, the US forces Iran's radar to look everywhere at once. It's a shell game played with nuclear-powered warships. The US knows it can't win a cost war. Iran wants to trade $20,000 drones for $4 million American interceptors. The US attack plan flips this math. Instead of shooting down the arrows, they are going to blind the archer. The target list isn't missile launchers. It is data nodes, radars, command centers, fiber optic junctions. If you kill the eyes, the missiles are just expensive fireworks. Asset 1, the F-35C Lightning II, the node. The F-35C, the Admiral's eye. Look at the wingtips. Unlike the Air Force's F-35A, the Navy's C variant has massive folding wings and heavy-duty landing gear designed to smash into a moving deck. But the real weapon isn't on the wings. It's the glass cockpit. Critics call it a mediocre dogfighter. They are missing the point. The F-35C isn't a fighter. It's a stealth router. Iran's S-300 and S-400 air defense systems rely on networking. One radar finds you, another shoots you. The F-35C's job is to fly inside that radar bubble. Its sensor fusion sucks up the electronic emissions of the enemy radar, triangulates the exact location, and beams the data back to a destroyer 300 miles away. It doesn't even have to open its weapons bay. It just has to be there. It creates a god's eye view for the fleet, allowing ships to fire at targets they can't even see. It is a game changer. Without it, the fleet is blind. With it, the US Navy fights with the lights on, while Iran fights in the dark. Asset 2. The AGM-158 CLRASM long-range anti-ship missile. The Vampire. Notice the chiseled chin. It doesn't have a round nose cone like a tomahawk. It has faceted stealthy angles designed to deflect radar waves. It looks like a coffin for a reason. This is the answer to the GPS jamming. Problem. In a war with Iran, GPS will be the first thing to die. Most missiles get stupid without satellites. The LRASM gets smarter. It uses an onboard AI and a passive RF sensor to listen for enemy ships. It doesn't fly a straight line. It weaves through the air defense coverage, sensing the radar gaps. It can even distinguish between a civilian oil tanker and an Iranian frigate by the shape of the ship on its infrared camera. It talks to other missiles in the volley. I'll take the bridge, you take the waterline. It is lethal. It allows a US Super Hornet to kill an Iranian ship from 300 miles away, well outside the range of Iran's defenses. It turns the Persian Gulf into a sniper alley. Asset 3, EA-18G Growler, the Blackout. Look at the pods. Those aren't fuel tanks. Those are ALQ-99 tactical jamming pods. And look at the cockpit. There are 2 seats, 1 pilot, 1 electronic warfare officer. You can't shoot what you can't lock onto. The Growler is the most hated aircraft in the sky because it weaponizes the electromagnetic spectrum. It blasts noise on the specific frequencies Iran's radars use to talk to their missiles. It can trick an S-400 into seeing 50 Phantom planes or seeing nothing at all. In the 2026 attack plan, the Growlers go in first. They create a corridor of silence, frying the electronics of the coastal batteries so the strikers can slip through. It is a prerequisite. If the Growlers don't work, the F-35s die. It is the only aircraft that can wrestle an S-400 to the ground without firing a shot. Asset 4, Project Overmatch, the invisible web. It doesn't look like a weapon, it looks like a Wi-Fi router. But this box is more dangerous than a nuke. This is the US Navy's Manhattan Project for the 2020s. The goal is JADC-2, Joint All-Domain Command and Control. In the old days, an Air Force F-22 couldn't share radar data with a Navy destroyer. They spoke different languages. Project Overmatch fixes that. It uses AI to automatically route targeting data across any available link satellite, 5G, or tactical radio. If a drone sees a target, a submarine 100 miles away can shoot it instantly. It turns the entire US military into a single, self-healing organism. It is the ace in the hole. Iran is fighting individual ships. The US is fighting as a single distributed computer. It is the difference between a brawl and a systematic execution. The attack plan on Iran isn't about storming the beaches of Bandar Abbas. It is a war of electrons, algorithms, and stealth. The US strategy is to make the Persian Gulf transparent for the Navy and opaque for Iran. In 2026, the winner isn't the one with the biggest missiles. It's the one who can see in the dark.